So coach, you're a coach and you got your girls, we already talked about you love the hardworking girls and stuff like that. Tell me some of your pet peeves as a coach.
I only got two.
Okay.
Laziness and unproven talent. Those are my pet peeves. Everyone knows laziness is laziness.
Right.
But laziness plays into the unproven talent. So I've had kids who's come here, and I've recruited kids who all they care about is their stats. And in training camp, it's a grind. Anywhere in training camp, it's a grind. And they're talking about how they're going to play, how they're going to start, and all this other stuff. And I love to give kids opportunity. I don't care if you're a freshman, fourth year, fifth year, you're always going to earn your spot. But the kids who are the quote unquote, whether they're high school all-stars or their parents say that, they're the best players, those are the kids that struggle in Fort McMurray, only because they have that bout of laziness in them. Because when adversity hits, they're allowed to sub themselves out of the game.
Right.
They're allowed to throw a temper tantrum. They're allowed to say it's the coach's fault, right? And those are not bad kids, but those kids struggle here because the challenges that we give them, they're not equipped for.
Right.
And so, I can tell you this quick story about the kid I tried to recruit a few months back. It was between coming to us and another school. And it doesn't matter where this other school is on the standings. But the first question within 2 minutes was, how much playing time am I going to get? And I said, well, playing time is earned here in Keyano. Well, why would I go to your school when I know I can go to another school and start and play 30 minutes a game? And I said, you know what? Keyano College is not for you.
Wow.
These are the conversations that I know I'm having, but I know other coaches are probably having too. And it's one of those things that, as a coach, you shake your head, but you got to keep moving.
Right.
And I'm okay with that kid going somewhere else to get playing time. I'm okay with that because that's what they want. That just means they're just not a fit for us.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I'll tell you, Coach, the lay of the land, the landscape of that coach and player interaction has definitely changed from 20 years ago when I was in college.
Absolutely.
Right? It's almost, I don't want to come across as an old hater or back in my day it was like this, but you almost hear the entitlement of the entitlement side of it, where players are expecting how much time am I getting? What are you gonna do for me? As opposed to, you know what? I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna bust every kid's butt that you got on that team to show you that I deserve to start or whatever else you got for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it was in when I was playing, right? Like you just accepted the challenge and like, okay, you're not gonna give me nothing. I'm just gonna take it. So it's very interesting. And you hear that type of talk when you hear a lot of the pro players talk about what AAU has turned into in the States.
Yes.
Yeah. Where it's no longer what it was supposed to be in its inception, right? So that's very interesting. I want to keep it Keyano. I want you and maybe I'll save this question for, because we're gonna do a rapid fire. So I'll save that question. Tell me, I see the guy you got up on your wall there. Everyone knows who that is. You know what I mean? For me, he's the GOAT. And I know you spoke about some of your basketball influences as on the grassroots level. But tell me some of your basketball influences more on the professional side that everybody would know. Some of the people that you kind of watch and admired and stuff like that.
Man, player-wise or coach-wise?
Player-wise.
Man, my guy back in the day was the microwave, man.
Oh, Vinny Johnson, is that?
Johnson could play. That was my guy, man. That was my guy. And here's why he was my guy. Because I could relate to him. I was that guy. He's just grimy. Right? He thought it done. right? He didn't talk a whole lot. He just got it done. He was behind Isaiah and Sally and Rodman and Lambert, right? So, man, when they need a point, who do they call on? All the time.
In the microwave.
Every single time. And he answered the call.
He answered it. Yeah.
That's a guy that I feel doesn't get enough props because he played in the era that there were dogs, right? There were dogs back in those days, and he was dropping 20 points, 30 points on people, but they weren't talking about him.
No.
They're talking about other, but I'm just saying that was my guy. Ron Harper.
Harp. Hey, a lot of people don't know about Harp. They know him from the Bulls. They don't know Harp from Cleveland, man.
Oh, they don't. I know Ron Harper from Cleveland.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, before the knee injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Give me one more. This is good because these actually are players that are before me. Like I never really saw Vinny playing. I just know the history, right? So I know he was a lefty, right?
Who's that?
Vinny Johnson. He's a lefty. Yeah, he's a lefty. Yeah. I just know the history from watching. You know what I mean? And I know he was nice. So you gave me Vinny. You gave me Ron Harper. Give me one more.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna switch sports on you, man. The biggest influence in my life was Pele.
Hey, man, you
not because I was a soccer player. I love playing soccer. I love like soccer was my passion. I was lucky enough to play both in college. But Pele, let's forget about Pele as a soccer player for a second. Let's talk about Pele, the man. That guy was so incredible. The barriers that guy broke down, the things that he did for sport, his country, was no one talks about that. No one talks about how Brazil being poor, that this kid at 15, 16 years old, put his country on his shoulders and rose him up to the highest mountain you could possibly think of sport. You want to talk about the GOAT of all sports? It's Pele. That's my opinion, because he was a wonderful, wonderful soccer player. But what he did humanitarian wise, he's still doing it now. Just amazing, and no one talks about him. And he's done.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't get enough attention because I need to do more research on him. You know what I mean? In terms of things that he's done off the field, I just know what I've heard about him on the field. I had no idea that he was doing like things off the field as well.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look. I'll have to look into Pele. Did he win a World Cup?
Yeah, you won a few.
Want a few? Okay. This is
how bad this guy is. Cristiano Ronaldo just beat his scoring record.
Wow.
Pele hasn't played for 30, 40, 50 years?
Years, yeah.
That's how bad that guy was, man.
Wow. I've heard that his shot was like incredible. Like, yeah.
Where do you think all these cats get it from, man? That's him.
Yeah. And you know what I like about that story that you said is like, and then once again, I'll take it back. This is what sport is. It's not even about your economic background, right?
Yeah.
Like I know Brazil, like the slums in Brazil, which I'm sure is probably where he came out of.
Yeah.
It's poor, right?
Absolutely.
But out of that economic situation, to be able to become something, to be able to develop yourself to become pretty much the GOAT. Well, you know what I mean? It's just amazing to me what the love for something and where that could take you.
In that block get dizzy, man get popped, no fizzy, man get splashed from the Draco, wet man call that drizzy.